G'day gamers, welcome to New by Design. Gonna be doing a video here today on Marvel Avengers, and I'm gonna show you guys how to easily defeat the Taskmaster. Alright gamers, so our gameplay here is set to hard difficulty, so if you've made it harder or easier, all that's going to happen is he'll either do more or less damage. We're starting in Phase 2 here just because Phase 1 is just hitting square a couple times with the triangle button, so there's not really anything that's difficult and very easy to repeat. This second phase here is when he will do 3 different attacks. All of these different attacks I'll show you coming up here, and they're all dodgeable just by pressing to the side as well as the O button. Either side doesn't really matter either for any of these attacks, and you'll notice he'll do the 3 different attacks here, which we just saw. One being when he brings his shield up there, he's going to start charging at you. 2, when he does that triple attack, when he drops his shoulder low with his sword out there. And the 3rd is right here where he lifts his arm up in this kind of uppercut motion. Then he goes ahead and slams down to the ground. Here's a better look at the triple attack that he started out here, and you're going to follow it up with 3 light attacks and 2 heavy attacks. I found that's the best way to do maximum damage, and that's the same for all of the moves that he does here. You'll notice that every single one of them here I do is going to be following up with that 3 light and 2 hard. Alright gamers, and now we're moving into Phase 3 of this fight, which is the really difficult portion of this fight because the Taskmaster starts utilizing his ability to learn your moves and your playstyle and adapt to them, pretty much countering everything that you do. In Phase 3 here, you'll notice that there's 4 different special abilities he ends up using, including that one right there where he does the triple attack that he's done from the previous phase. You see on slow motion there that it starts the same way. He drops that right leg forward covering himself, and then the sword goes over his shoulder. Be careful of that 3rd attack because it will send the flame straight ahead of you, so you're best to dodge in any direction, and they're very easy to dodge. His 2nd attack he uses this phase is again from Phase 2, where he just does that kind of that reverse uppercut type motion after he drops his sword down to his side, and then he jumps and smashes onto the ground. Again, dodging to any direction will be able to avoid this pretty easily. His 3rd move that he's going to bring into this fight is going to be a new one, and it's going to be him throwing 5 grenades, or mines if you will, onto the ground for you to have to dodge. You're best to dodge this one backwards if you can, away from it. You'll notice that when he does it, he starts spinning around and he'll just start chucking them. You'll notice that this one here as well, I dodged to the side and just ran away from them as fast as I could because I kind of misread it. His 4th and final different type of attack is basically conjuring this flame shield instead of the regular shield where he does the charge. And again, instead of him charging forward, he just throws this flame shield towards you and then recalls it back to him. Again, easily dodged by just hitting to the side and oh. Alright gamers, so now that we've seen all the moves, let's talk about how you guys can easily defeat the Taskmaster. So in this one here, your primary damage is going to be your grapple, but you have to keep in mind, like we talked about earlier, that Taskmaster learns your moves and your playstyle, so each attack you can only grapple 1 time. You saw the first time he did the grenade throw there, I was able to grapple him with that blue circle around him, but the second time he did, there was a red circle around him indicating I've already countered that move. Also, the uppercut he just did there, you can never actually counter. This triple attack, you're actually able to counter each stage of the move. As you saw there, the first time he did it, there was a blue circle. Now it's red, but his second one is blue, so we'll go ahead and counter his second swing of that triple attack, meaning we now have the shield throw and the 3rd swing still left that we can counter. That's his shield throw right there, so we'll go ahead and capitalize on that, grappling him there, and essentially now what we're going to do is wait for the triple attack and the final move, which lucky enough, he's doing right away here for us. So you'll see that there'll be a blue circle. We'll counter it with a grapple, and essentially at this point we've now countered every single move, so we're going to have to wait for him to do probably his easiest is going to be his triple attack because you can predict when it ends there. You notice I took some damage because I was in a bad spot there, but now he's going to do his triple attack, which will dodge as normal, again moving around to the side here and following it up with a counter of a couple basic attacks and a heavy attack, which will kick you over into Phase 4, the final phase of the Taskmaster fight. This is when the Taskmaster's ability to learn your playstyle and adapt is 100%. There is nothing that you can do to him here except for avoid his attacks and try to survive as long as you can until eventually when you're dodging his moves, and once you've dodged or critical dodged and you can go ahead and throw a heavy attack his way, do it eventually, not the first time, but eventually it will lead to that cutscene of him grabbing you, spinning you around, and at that point it'll activate your ability to use the Veil of Shadows, which will terminate this fight. Once you activate it, you'll throw a couple light attacks and a heavy attack or two towards him, and you'll see you'll be prompted to do your finishing style move there, and that will end this pretty awesome fight. Again, really the only challenging part was phase 3, but it was overall quite a fun fight. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful at all, I sure would appreciate if you guys had hit that like button, and I'll be popping out a whole bunch more content on Marvel Avengers here if you guys would like to subscribe to get notified when I do. Alright gamers, thanks for watching.